you've got the perfect idea for a mix. You've been piecing it together in your head, vibing to every transition, but there's one big problem. No controller. Let's be honest, gear isn't cheap, and waiting until you have the right setup just kills your creative momentum. So what if I told you you don't need a controller at all to create pro-level mixes? By the end of this video, you'll have a 5-step workflow to create mixes that sound tighter than most bedroom DJs with $3,000 setups with just your laptop. This is the exact method used by touring artists and radio DJs to prep sets fast. No hype, no gear worship, just results. Here's the truth. While everyone obsesses over hardware, the smartest DJs are already using software-only workflows. Festival headliners prepare their sets this way. Radio DJs use this exact tricks, the 5-step DJ Studio system. Smart track selection, AI-powered playlist optimization, pro transition crafting, stem effects and sampling, and label-ready export. Let's start with step 1, because even the best software can fix a bad foundation. Most DJs waste time manually organizing tracks, guessing keys, BPMs, and flow. Here's a faster way. DJ Studio automatically analyzes your library the second you import tracks. And guess what? You can even use songs outside your library from streaming sources like BeatSource, Beatport, Spotify. Watch this, I'll drag in 20 tracks, and the software maps every key, BPM, and beat grid in seconds. No more spreadsheets or trial and error mixing. Pro tip, always start with high quality files and tracks that belong together. Same genre, same vibe. Let's import this top 10 tracks. Even with analyzed tracks, most DJs still get train wrecks, from keys clashes to chaotic BPM jumps. But watch this. Click harmonize on the bottom left corner. So let's click harmonize, and DJ Studio will test millions of combinations to find the perfect order. Our tempo lane smooths out, key clashes disappear. This is what pros pay engineers to do. Now it's just one click. Here's the secret to pro transitions. In Studio View, these blue windows are where songs overlap. You can drag it to adjust timing. Besides dragging to adjust, you can also make your transitions shorter or longer. When you click on a blue window, you'll get preset transitions. We can choose something like crossfade or bass swap. Let's stay with bass swap. Let's see how this sounds like.
Pause. And if you hear this sound, then go and bend your back. Go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. Will the DJ please turn up the bass to the max? Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
And boom, your mix already sounds pro. As a rule, keep all transitions between 4 and 32 bars. Too short feels rushed, and too fast will kill the energy. Let's make a second transition. Zoom into another blue window where you want a transition to happen. And in this case, I'm gonna drag this blue window all the way back to where there's some jumps happening. Now, I want the second song to transition to where the chorus happens, which is around here. So let's drag it exactly where we want this to drop. Somewhere around there is fine. Remember, you can make this longer or shorter as you wish. In this case, I'm just gonna respect the 8 bars we already have. Let's give it a quick listen. Sounds really good. However, remember when I said if you click on your blue window, you can add more transitions? Well, let's click on it and let's change this from bass swap to something like high to low. Let's see how this sounds like. And remember, with DJ Studio, you can always change whatever type of transition you want to achieve. You can choose volume, EQ bass, EQ mid, or EQ high transitions. You can add effects. In this case, we're using high to low. You can add noise, effect in, effect out, sidechain, stems, which we're gonna see later on in the video. And you can also save your own presets. Let's choose a crossfade volume transition, a fade out for bass. Let's keep our mid at none, and let's change our highs to fade in. Let's see how this sounds like. That sounds fire. Let's keep going with the video. Here's where it gets really crazy. These 2 tracks have clashing vocals.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
This is normally a deal breaker, but with stems, DJ Studio splits the song into drums, vocals, bass, and melody. All we gotta do is click on show stems. We can mute our clashes really easily by simply clicking on mute vocals or whatever else we want to mute. In this case, just want to get rid of the vocals. So let's see how this sounds like.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
She's all up in my head now. Got me thinking that it might be a good idea to take.
We can even layer these acapellas anywhere in our mix. All we gotta do is zoom just a little bit, right click on the acapella you want, and choose copy vocals to sample lane. Now we can move this vocal anywhere we want. Let's put it around here. I don't know what's gonna happen.
My pause. And if you hear this song, then
They
go
not
and
like
your back.
us. They
Go
not
and
like
your knees,
us.
baby,
They
shake it
not
to
like
the max.
us.
With the DJ, please.
I think that sounds fire, but if you think that's clashing with other vocal, go to your vocal stem and click on MS, which means mute stem in main track. So click it. And when you click it, you'll see this sort of X-ray kind of thing. It will mute the vocal from whatever main track you have it on. For example, if we move it around here, it will make sure it mutes the vocal whenever this is playing. So it's really crazy. Let's see the difference.
Peace body hotter than jollof. I feel bigger taste anyway, you see my pass.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
This sounds fire. However, I feel like the vocal is a little bit too dry. Thankfully, with DJ Studio, we can add effects to anything we want by simply clicking on the sample and then going to effects. We got echo, reverb, alarm, flanger, gator, phaser, and EQ. In this case, we're just gonna be using some reverb. In order to do it, we have to click on it, and from here, you can choose how much decay or amount of reverb you want on your sample. As you notice, whenever I move this, we're creating some automations, which we then can control. However, we're gonna keep it simple for this video. Let's listen to it.
Pass.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
That's a little bit too much, so let's take down this reverb even lower. Probably a 23% or something like that is gonna be great. Let's listen to it.
Taste anyway, you see my pass.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
And you can also always adjust the pitch of any of your samples by simply dragging our pitch slider over here. Since our main track is 8B, let's change this vocal to an 8A. Let's see how this sounds like.
Hotter than jollof. I feel bigger taste anyway, you see my pass.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Even though this was super simple, this is a great way to introduce an upcoming song in your mix before making an actual transition, giving you the option to sort of wordplay. Let's try something like this.
Taste anyway, you see my pass.
And if you hear this song, then
They not like us.
We can even split this part. We can keep it around there, and now we're gonna have a sort of wordplay.
I feel bigger taste anyway, you see my pass.
and if you hear this song, then
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
DJ, please turn up the
They
bass
not
to the
like
max.
us. They
Please
not
just
like
rewind.
us.
Wow, let's keep on moving with the video. This tech used to cost thousands. Now it's built in. Now for our final step, let's export like a world touring DJ. Let's click on export and let's choose a name for it. Skip low quality MP3 and go straight to WAV file, or directly upload to Mixcloud, or just directly export it as a video for YouTube with auto timestamps. Export description for YouTube, save. This gives us a full tracklist description just like the pros. Wow, your mix is your resume, so present it like one. Let's be real, the DJ world is changing fast. While everyone else is obsessing over gear, you now have a secret weapon, the ability to create pro level mixes from anywhere with nothing but your laptop. Imagine this, next week you could be posting a mix that gets shared by a major DJ blog. Next month, you might land a gig because all of your mixes will sound radio ready. Next year, you'll look back and realize you never needed that $2,000 controller to begin with. The tools are here and our entry barrier is gone. The only question is, are you going to use them? If you're ready to start mixing like a pro today, hit subscribe and check DJ Studio using the link in the description. We drop new tutorials every week to help you stay ahead. Now go make something unforgettable. I'm Jay Escar. Peace.